Hello, I'm Kiran Gautam. I'm Communications Officer. So I have here Adriano Autino for presenting a talk on space development. He's the founder of Space Renaissance International. So I will give the floor to Adriano to give an amazing talk on space development, how sustainable space development will be in 2030s. Adriano.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kiran. Okay, sorry taking my notes here. And yes, this is the Space Renaissance International. We are here at the IAC, the International Astronautical Federation Congress. 2022 is the 73rd Congress of this big association that makes so much outreach and policy and promotion for space, for space travel, space technology, science, philosophy, and everything. So we have our booth this year together with some of our allied organizations such as Euromoon Mars and Lunex, the Origin project, the MMAARS Academy of the USA, and other. Okay, so we collaborated to and the ITACUS committee. This is one of the committees of the IAF, of which we are part and the partners. So, as the ones who know us already know, SRI, Space Renaissance International, is SRI, for the friends, is a philosophical association. So we are developing our analysis of the status of society and the status of civilization, and we try to indicate the best recommendation, strategic recommendation, how to do in order to go over the present, what we call multiple crises that are menacing our civilization, our global civilization. So the motto of the IAC 73 is space for all. But of course, what we can say is that is a goal. It is not a reality by now, because space is not for all now. It is only for astronauts. And what we need to do in order to make space really for all is to allow civilians to go to space, to live in space, to work in space, to be a resident in space for a long period, and even for forever, for a normal residence in space. So many would think that this is a financial problem, but it is not a financial. It's not a financial problem. This is a scientific challenge. And so because we have a couple of big issues that we have to solve in order to bring civilians to live and work in space. One is protection from radiation, from the cosmic radiation, and the other one is to start working with artificial gravity in order to have 1G gravity like we have on Earth, because otherwise our physiology will be seriously threatened. So the main problem to solve in order to allow civilians, to allow expansion of civilization into space, is to solve these two big problems. And we think that these are not enough. They don't have enough priority. So, okay, all of this it would mean to kick off the civilian space development. We have to do it now, before 2030, or it could be too late, because we are 8 billion people, and we know that all what we do is already unsustainable. All what we do on Earth is already unsustainable. So civilization could maybe survive without paper. We could learn to live and make all things without using paper. But civilization cannot survive without electricity, for sure, because electricity is replacing paper. But if we will not have sources, energy sources enough to generate electricity for internet, for everything, then the civilization will die because our culture will die. That is the point. That is why we have to start civilian space development before 2030. So, in order to make really sustainable the 17 SDG, the so-called Sustainable Development Goals of the UN, I want to show you a few slides about that. So, of course, our goal is to transform the utopia in an utopia, because utopia means something that can never exist or it never existed, and utopia is a beautiful thing that can exist, and we have to realize it. So, the UN agenda for 2030, 17 goals, list all the goals on the same level as if they are not without any hierarchy among them. But if we give a better look, an analytical look to the goals, we see that 3 goals have a greater importance with respect to the other goals. And they are affordable and clean energy, the first one, decent work and economic growth, because the growth is key for everything, and industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So these are really the real 3 pillars that will sustain the other development goals. So we reorganized the 17 goals in this way. We have the 3 pillars at the bottom, because they are sustaining the other goals. We have the social goals on the second level, human life, zero hunger, etc., etc. And we have a planet Earth environment on the upper stage, and we have a methodology, let's call it methodology, on the last one. But our question is, are these goals really sustainable? So are the 3 pillars really sustainable to sustain all the cluster? We say no, they are not sustainable, because we are crashing. If we realize the development we need, we will crash with the environmental goals. So this is the point. We cannot have any more sustainable development on Earth, because we will waste further our environment. So we will work against our life, basically. So energy demand that will be increased by the web society, and scarcity of key materials, rare earths to make electronics devices, pollution increased by disposal of batteries and technologies, waste, ocean overexploitation and pollution, social issues increased by multiple crises, so migration and all of this phenomena. So what we really need in order to be all the cluster of the goals will be really sustainable is the 18th goal, that is civilian space development. This activity alone will support all the rest of the goals. So this is our, let me say, political focus that we are promoting everywhere. We will be giving a workshop at UN in New York, the 26th, so in a few days, where we will develop exactly these arguments in order to recommend the decision makers of our planet to take the right decisions in order to start civilian space development as soon as possible. So, okay, this is our mission, is our work that we do with passion and with high activism, and at our, let me say, with our personal energies, myself, our President Bernard Foing, our allied groups, and so on. Okay, I think I can stop here for today, and I wish everyone here a good participation, a fantastic participation to the International Astronautical Congress 2022 in Paris. Ad Astra!